For this video, I figured I'd try something different. I went out and purchased 5 Citadel paints, and for this project, that's the only paint I'll be using. Well, those 5 in the primer I chose to, prime with. I figured this would benefit me for a number of reasons, such as more people will have Citadel paints and not the Liquitex paints that I normally use, as well as making it more accessible to folks who are just getting started or do not have a ton of colors already collected. To continue the accessibility, I do no airbrushing, enamels, oils, pigments, or anything outside of brushwork using those 5 colors in the primer. So to start with, I mix a gradient of blues for the black clothing and begin adding a highlight over the black, making sure to leave plenty of black to act as the darker shadows. Then I just build up a second layer highlight over top, trying to focus more on where the highlights go than anything else. Now, it was at the coldest it's going to be this year as I painted this miniature, with the temperature being below freezing and the relative humidity at a dry 30 to 35%. Usually, humidity here in Georgia is very high, and this sudden reverse in extremes delivered to me some hardships that I was not prepared for. Namely, the paint would dry on my brush within 30 seconds, so I had to constantly clean off my brush and reload it. I could have added airbrush flow improver to the paint mix to help slow the drying time, but I wanted to keep this project to minimal resources, so I just forced myself to work through it. After the first 2 highlights were done, I took the first highlight color and thinned it with only water until it was a glaze. I caught myself a couple of times mindlessly just adding it, but corrected myself to making sure the stroke started at the edges of the highlight and ending where it was darkest. And then add a third highlight using the brightest tone from the gradient that I had mixed. And then finally, I mix a glaze of pure black to help further blend the mid-tone into the shadows. For the flesh, I wanted a very zombie-like, sickly pale skin, and the approach I took was very simple, starting with a base coat of white before mixing another 3 color gradients from blue and red. I thin these down to glazes and add them as shadows and discolorations. The reddest tone I have on the palette went around the edges of places where the metal met flesh directly, and the bluer and purplish tones acted more as cold shadows. I then add some yellow glaze to add a hint of life that the flesh once had, followed by some white layer highlights to fix any bad glazes. And finally, a white glaze to help blend everything together. Moving on to the silver metals next, I started by using pure black to fix any areas that I accidentally got paint on while working on the clothing and flesh. Then, I mix a gradient of 3 colors to start with. I do this by first mixing a purple tone from blue and red, and then adding black to create a darker tone, and then white to create a brighter tone. These I just add as layer highlights, with the brighter highlight being more prominent towards the top or edges and especially corners. For the sake of keeping this video's runtime short, and the sake of our eyes to see the horrid job I did on the gold non-metallic metal elements, if it could even be called that, I'll skip that and the red hoses steps, as I would just be treading the same ground on what I did, albeit with different color combinations on other elements of this project. However, as always, there will be a spreadsheet excerpt at the end of this video that shows all the steps that I took, and all the colors used for each of those steps. The metals were then finished off with the final highlight of pure white, focusing mostly on upwards facing edges and corners, especially towards the top of the miniature. For the Cybernetic Eye, I thinned some pure red to a glaze and dropped this in the eye socket and let it fully dry, before repeating it until I had a decent faded red effect. Then for the center of the eye, I just fully base coated it from an orange mixed from yellow and red, before putting a dot of pure yellow in the center. Or at least I tried to. It was more on the bottom, but in my defense, at this point I was having a hell of a time controlling this paint due to the incredibly low humidity. For the human eye, I had used solid black to darken in the socket before coming back with a mix of white and yellow to create a nice off-white to paint in the sclera, ensuring that I maintain a thin border of black around it. This I had to touch up with black as I got a little too heavy-handed, and the low humidity was making this paint dry nearly instantaneously, so just removing excess with a damp brush as I was accustomed to was not an option. I finished with a dot of blue to give that faded dying eye look, though I skipped trying to add a tiny pupil of black or the little reflective glint with pure white. I was already having trouble with these tiny details due to the weather, and I didn't want to press my luck any further. As a quick note, I'll not be showing the painting of the base in this video, again to help keep the runtime down, and the steps I took for it will still be in the spreadsheet excerpt at the end. And this is where I stopped. To start with, this is the first time I have used Citadel paints, other than a few contrast paints that I used in the first two miniatures that I ever painted on this channel. I had a lot of issues painting this miniature, but all of that was caused by either humidity or my lack of skill, particularly with the attempts at the gold areas for the non-metallic metal. These paints covered well, mixed well, and applied easily. And just to mention, I didn't do any research on these colors or how transparent or opaque they were. I literally picked the 5 paints that were not contrast or effects out of what they had left in the store. As for what I'm happy with in this project, I do like the clothing and flesh, neither of which is close to my cleanest work, but for the minimal effort and the materials I used, I'm not displeased with how this came out. Glaze medium being added into the mix would have made my life a little easier. Well, that and adding more time to glaze more to smooth things out. The silver non-metallic metal was not god-awful, but I definitely needed to work on my highlight shapes. As for what I disliked the most, the gold elements come in first, or what was supposed to be the gold elements. The highlight shapes and placements are pretty bad, especially on the chest. The head is a little more forgivable, and a couple of spots on the gun barrel are okay, but it's still pretty rough. For lessons learned, humidity, not just high humidity, matters, especially in a region like where I live, where in the winter it's down to 30 to 40%, and in the summer it's between 99% and 47,000 squared by pi. To combat this in the future, I have picked up a small barometer, humidifier, and dehumidifier. I think the non-metallic metal attempts would have come out a little bit cleaner had I had a little better control of the paint, and where it was not drying on my brush every 30 seconds. I'll be doing more videos like this one in the future, where I only use 5 Citadel paints. I also picked up 5 Army Paint or Fanatic lined paints to do the same with. I would have also picked up 5 Vallejo Game Color paints, but my local store has them on a 50% sale, and I don't think they're going to be restocking because that rack is mostly barren. I couldn't even really pull 5 tones remotely close to the hues that I have for the Army Painter and Citadel range, so I didn't add any of these. And that'll bring this video to its end. I hope you learned something or inspired to start or expand your own collection of cybernetic zombie things from the future. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and if you like the content of this video and would like to see more, you can easily support the channel by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I'm Jim with Working With Miniatures. I'm truly grateful for your time, and I bid you a fond farewell. Until the next video.